Hello guys. Welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to tell you about the amazing story of the valiant Ethiopian fighters in Korea. Please watch the video till the end and make sure to subscribe my channel. Okay, so. During the Korean War, 16 nations sent combat troops to support the Republic of Korea against the North Korean invasion in 1950. The United States was by far the largest contributor to the United Nations force, but among the other 15 nations was an Ethiopian contingent known as the Kagnew Battalion. The Kagnew battalions were a number of military units from the Imperial Ethiopian Army which fought as part of the United Nations Command in the Korean War, 1950–53. Kagnew, an Amharic word meaning judge, was the name of Ras Makhanen's warhorse. Ras Makhanen was one of Emperor Menelik II's generals during the First Italo-Ethiopian War and Haile Selassie's father. The battalions rotated yearly, with the 1st Kagnew Battalion arriving at the front in 1951. The 3rd Kagnew Battalion, which arrived in 1953, stayed through the signing of the armistice into 1954. Over the next 2 years, more Ethiopians guarded the stalemate in Korea as part of the 4th Kagnew Battalion and the 5th Kagnew Company. The Guard had been reconstituted after World War II, and trained by Swedish military instructors. Naturally, if Ethiopia was to send troops to fight in an overseas conflict, it would have to be the cream of the crop. Commanding them was Major General Mulugeta Buli, a veteran of the war against Italy. Their arrival in Korea was met by cheering people as well as the personal welcome of President Syngman Rhee. Due to a lack of equipment, the battalion was supplied with American weaponry which they learned to use during a period of 8 weeks. Officially, the U.S. Army spoke highly of the Kagnew's inclusion into their forces. Despite being on the other side of the world, the Ethiopians had little difficulty adapting to the Korean weather, as the peninsula had similar topography and climate as the Ethiopian highlands. After the training, the Kagnew Battalion was attached to the 7th Division of the United States Army, under the command of General David G. Barr. The Kagnew fought in Korea in 3 successive waves. Notable battles they participated in were the Battle of Pork Chop Hill and the Battle of Triangle Hill. Chief U.S. Army historian S.L.A. Marshall noted during Pork Chop Hill his observations of the Kagnew: under full observation from an enemy country, 8 Ethiopians walked 800 yards across no man's land and up the slope of T-Bone Hill right into the enemy trenches. When next we looked, the 8 had become 10. The patrol was dragging back 2 Chinese prisoners, having snatched them from the embrace of the Communist battalion. Throughout their deployment, the contingent suffered 121 Kia and 536 missing in action. They served with distinction, earning 1 Silver Star, 18 Bronze Stars and a U.S. Presidential Unit Citation. A single Bronze Star was awarded to a lieutenant who single-handedly took out several bunkers near Hill 600. What made the Kagnew Battalion stand out was that they were the only UN troops that the Chinese or North Koreans were unable to capture alive. At the end of the war, POWs were exchanged, but the Ethiopians were the only contingent that did not have any soldiers in communist custody. Furthermore, all engagements they participated in were victories. Not a single time did they engage the enemy that resulted in a defeat. The battalion served in 238 engagements, and each time they managed to avoid crippling casualties, whether they were the aggressor or defender. The Kagnew also had the best night patrol record among the UN forces. Their strategy was to hold hands in columns in order to avoid separation during night ambushes. I've heard that even the U.S. Special Forces adopted this strategy during the Vietnam War. Another distinction was that the Kagnew never left their dead behind. Chinese and North Korean troops were never able to find any corpses of the soldiers they killed. Individual Ethiopian soldiers volunteered regularly to retrieve the bodies of fallen comrades, even if they had to face heavy fire from the enemy. Rumors began to spread among the Chinese and North Korean troops that the Ethiopians were possibly superhuman or even cannibals. This myth was most likely bolstered by the fact that most Chinese and Koreans had never seen blacks before, and the Ethiopians were the only all-black contingent among the UN forces. In fact, the Chinese even offered a reward to any soldier who could bring back an Ethiopian, dead or alive. After the Marxist Revolution of 1974, which resulted in the death of Haile Selassie, the veterans of Korea kept a low profile, because the Derg regime tried actively to erase their nation's active stance against fellow communists. Some were even executed as counter-revolutionaries during the Red Terror, 1977 to 1978. It was not until after the fall of the Derg in 1991 that the Kagnew veterans were once again honored as national heroes. Today in Korea, a memorial located in Chuncheon is dedicated to the Ethiopian soldiers of the Kagnew Battalion who fought in the Korean War. From April 12, 1951 to July 27, 1953, approximately 3,150 Ethiopians fought in Korea. After the armistice, almost 3,000 more defended South Korea until 1965. Ethiopia's contributions to the United Nations effort consisted of 4 battalions and a company. A total of 122 Ethiopian soldiers were killed, and 536 were wounded. There were no prisoners of war. Overall, as a unit, the Ethiopians never lost in combat during the war and earned the U.S. Presidential Unit Citation. The Ethiopian soldiers also deducted a portion of their monthly salary to support Korean children orphaned by the war. So, guys, this is it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. And for more amazing videos, please like, share, subscribe my channel and leave me a comment too. And also, don't forget to follow my Telegram channel. See you guys on the next video.